Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. I may keep moving where I'm sitting like last time because I have not figured out how to combat the shadows, but without professional lighting. I did get a $20 ring light off Amazon, so we're going places. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite seasons. I love all of the seasons, but I especially love spring, and I love all that comes with spring. I love the greenery. I love all of the purple flowers that bloom in spring. I love the cool mornings and the warm days. I'm looking out my window right now and I see like it's golden hour right now, if you can tell. And I just love seeing the light dance through the trees. And I think spring is a magical time. So allergies, obviously love those. Gosh, we're back. My favorite spring fragrances, favorite spring perfumes that I myself love to wear. So it was so hard for me to make a list of these because I just love so many perfumes. Okay, let's get right into it. So my first favorite perfume that I'm enjoying this spring is Giardini Di Toscana's Celeste. I ordered this back in February in anticipation of the spring. I had no idea what to expect, but I talked about it in my first and last video, and it just blew me away. I just like fell head over heels in love with it because this is so whimsical but has a lot of depth to it, and it is crazy long lasting. I can spray this, and actually I'll let you see. It's highly concentrated. You can tell it doesn't, can you tell? Oh no, I don't know if I should do that. Okay, you guys, I have learned my lesson. I am not going to film out here whenever there is light coming through the windows. I should wait when the sun's on the other side of the house. Okay, Celeste. It lasts forever. It will not come off until you bathe. Your clothes will smell like this until you wash them. You guys, I am obviously a noob. I am struggling out here, but we're going to get through this video before my husband gets back home with the kids. It has top notes of seawater and lime, which are so different, and I think that they are a turnoff for some people. So this is not a say. I would never recommend blind buying. Don't spend that kind of money on a perfume that you might hate, that might be terrible on your skin chemistry. This vibes with me. I am so happy that this worked for me, but I didn't blind buy it. I started with a sample. Start with a sample, test it on your skin. Don't just test it on paper. Make sure that it's gonna work for you. In the mid, there are violets and exotic florals and raspberry. I love raspberry as a note in perfume. And the dry down is this amazing vanilla, and then it has listed, I've seen vanilla sugar listed in some places, and then I've also just seen vanilla listed, and it has ambroxan, which I think that is what makes it last forever. But it really is the most beautiful spring perfume. It smells, I told my daughter who's 6, when I first was sampling this and sprayed it, I told her, oh my goodness, this smells like forest fairies having a tea party with like sugared violet cake all over. Like that's what they're eating. That's what they're having at the tea party. And the more that I get to know this perfume and get to know the opening especially, it really does have, it has a, not like a sunscreen beachy vibe, but it has a beachy quality to it. So it's almost like, but it just kind of comes and goes throughout the fragrance. So it's kind of like the fairies, the forest fairies are having a tea party with all of their sugared violet cakes around, but the forest is just like kind of close to the sea, and you're getting wafts of the sea air and the sea water on the air during the tea party. Can you imagine that? Let's do this one. Givenchy Irresistible. I have the EDP of it. It is the juiciest pear. It is so juicy. I think it is so pretty, and it's just a sparkling, I don't know how else to describe it. It sparkles. It is it could be a bridal perfume for sure, but there is something in the base of it that I now know I cannot do in perfumes. It just, once it dries down to the base notes, it has a clean white musk. I have learned that that type of musk does not work well with my chemistry. I can really enjoy this in the top and in the mid, but once it gets to the base notes, I start struggling with it. And I've realized that that's how I am with other perfumes that have a similar type of musk. So I'm so sad about that, because I would wear this one all the time, but I just can't get past that musk in the base. But I would recommend this to so many people, especially brides, spring brides. It is so pretty and it sparkles. Prada La Femme. This is a new one to my collection. I love this perfume. I am obsessed with it. I think it is just spring in a bottle. This is spring in a bottle for me because it has a prominent honeysuckle note, and honeysuckle makes me think of my childhood, and we had honeysuckle blooming all around my house when I was growing up, and our house now, which I love. The kids always want to eat it, but I don't let them because we have our yard sprayed for bugs. It has tropical florals, like I think there's ylang ylang in here, so some tropical yellow florals. But so this is a great transition one for summer. Actually, all of these that I'm going to talk about, I think would transition great into summer. I feel like maybe Celeste would get a little too heavy, but no, it's the vanilla sugar in it is really airy and fluffy. So no, that one could work too, except for maybe in the high heat of summer, depending on where you live. And it kind of smells like the Bvlgari, is that how you say it? The Bvlgari shampoo and conditioner. I went on their website to see what notes are listed for the shampoo and conditioner, and it said it's like woodsy notes, and I don't think so. To me, it smells very yellow floral. I totally get honeysuckle out of it. Maybe there's a woodiness to it, but I don't get that. I think it smells like, I don't know, like tropical honeysuckle. I don't know. So that's what this one smells like to me too. So it smells like a luxe spa experience, but you're not getting like the aromatics of the spa. You're getting like the lush, creamy body products that they put on you at the spa, or that you know, after, I don't know. I don't have many experiences with a spa. What I would imagine would be like the body products that they have in the women's dressing room, the products that they might put on you after a facial or something. That's kind of what I imagine this would smell like in my very limited experience. But yes, it is just luscious honeysuckle with a spa cleanliness. It smells very clean without being soapy. It smells like clean, beautiful, luscious body products with honeysuckle. This is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. I don't know if I said that. Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. I have the EDP, but my mom has the EDT, and they really smell so similar. There's hardly any difference, and I don't even think there's much of a difference in the lasting power either. I do wish that this one lasted a little longer. This has a clean white musk in the base, but this one works for me. So whatever musk Givenchy uses, their type of white musk, it has a different type of reaction with my body chemistry than the Chanel white musk. And so this is just so feminine and pretty and spring-like and watery and dewy. And I wouldn't say it's aquatic, it's dewy. It is beautiful spring florals in a bottle. I love it so much. And I think the difference between the EDT and the EDP is the EDT has hyacinth and the EDP has rose. And I'm kind of in my rose era. So I went for the EDP for the rose and I love it. I probably get like 5 to 6 hours wear out of it, but I might get more because I've noticed that I kind of become anosmic or nose blind to it. I think it's the musk. I become kind of nose blind to musks. And so anyway, it's just so pretty. And there's hype around it for a reason. There's good reason for the hype on this one. It's a classic. Speaking of dewy rose, if you are a rose lover, but you don't want a powdery rose, oh, well, I should mention that the Givenchy Irresistible has a sort of powderiness to it, which I think is so feminine, but it's not like baby powderiness. The pear keeps it sparkling and fresh, but if you don't want anything with any sort of powder, but you love rose, then Diptyque Eau Rose is so pretty. It is just the prettiest pink morning rose covered in morning dew, and you're smelling the freshness of the buds, you know, opening up for the morning, and you're smelling like the stem and the leaves on it. It's green and fresh, and I have to smell it again. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. And it kind of, it has for sure a greenness to it. So I love this. I want this. I'm like trying to waft it. That doesn't look like I'm wafting, does it? I definitely have this on my wish list for a full-size bottle. This could easily be someone's signature scent. It's not super long lasting, but I know Diptyque has like the hair mist and the solid perfume that you can put on pulse points. This for sure is on my wish list, and I might actually ask for this for Mother's Day, which is soon. But I love it. I think it is just so classy and so pretty and light and fresh, and it's not an old-fashioned heavy red rose. This is my kind of daytime spring rose. Okay, we're gonna mix some things up. I have the Miller Harris Discovery set, and I'm really enjoying it. And one of the fragrances is called Tonique, and it really surprised me. It is not a type of perfume profile that I usually go for. It is extremely citrusy. It is super zesty. It is bright. It is invigorating. If you want a perfume that will wake you up, this is it. Oh my goodness. It is so good. It's good. It has bergamot and lemon and petitgrain and tea, obviously, tea tonic. It has nutmeg in it. So there's like a is it spicy? I don't know. It for sure is invigorating. Maybe it is a little spicy. It's spicy. It has birch in it and musk. This is the only perfume that I have tested on myself that is super citrus and super green that I have enjoyed. And I just want to spray it all the time, especially when it's been hot. We've had I live in the Southeast, I live in Tennessee, so our spring is super bipolar. You know, a couple days ago it was 30 something degrees as the low and like 50 as the high, and now in a couple of days it's gonna be like in the mid 80s. And so on those really hot spring days, I want this. Or some of those fresher, lighter, sparkling roses. But on the cooler days, I have others that I can pull for, but this one gets me going in the morning. This one is so perfect for spring and summer. When I first started testing this one, it was in the winter time, and I immediately fell in love with it. But I just ordered several of the 2 milliliter samples just to make sure, does this really work for my skin chemistry, like in all temperatures, and I just fell more and more in love with it. As it got warmer outside and as it turned more into spring and late spring with the higher temperatures, this perfume sings on my skin. I don't know how else to describe it, but it is Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. I just have the travel size because it is an expensive perfume, and I do not feel okay with buying the full-size bottle until it is on sale, like more than the 20% that you could get at Sephora sometimes. So I just have to, you know, bide my time and wait for a good sale. This one is really different from the ones I've talked about. It is osmanthus, and it is osmanthus the entire ride of the perfume. And if you don't know what osmanthus smells like, it kind of has an apricot smell to it. I mainly get osmanthus. And tuberose is in it. I am a lover of tuberose. And this is I want to say it's a dialed back tuberose, but I don't know. I could be wrong. It's not a bubblegummy tuberose to me. I don't get a bubblegummy tuberose. Now you may try this and think, what is she talking about? This is straight up bubblegum tuberose, but it is not for me. It really is all about the osmanthus, and I don't know how else to describe it other than it sings. Okay, getting into really fresh, lighter wearing spring perfumes, I adore Tocca Colette. Tocca Colette. It is, I don't know, the lighting is so bad now, but it's just this delicate purple bottle. Purple is not my favorite color. Green is obviously my favorite color. And I don't gravitate toward purple bottles. And it's so funny because all of the ones I've been wanting to try lately have purple bottles. And it's because I'm learning that I adore purple florals like violet and iris and purple hyacinth, and so I love that scent profile, and now I understand why those type of perfumes are in purple, have a purple juice or purple bottles. This is musky, but it's a different type of musk than the Givenchy Irresistible. It's not a fresh, white, clean musk. I mean, it is definitely a clean musk, but it's a watery musk. This is bright. Is it sparkling? I don't think it's sparkling. It is for sure bright. It has lemon and juniper, which I love in perfume, juniper berries, and incense and pine, and violet, which is where we get this purple, pink pepper. It is very different. It's really different. If you've smelled Byredo's Gypsy Water, it smells so similar to that, but I think that this lasts way longer. Still not super long, like maybe for 4 hours, but Byredo's Gypsy Water lasts like 30 minutes on me. So this is another perfect signature scent. It is just, it's not loud, it whispers, but people can smell it on you. And if you want it to last longer, then they have recently come out with the perfumed oil of it. So you can put the oil on and then you can spray your perfume on and layer it. And then they also have a travel size, so you can take the travel size with you easily in your bag or whatever. But I love this one. This is my easy reach if I'm going to the physical therapist. 30s are fun. Back problems are fun. If I'm going to the dentist, doctor's appointment, anywhere where there, Bible study, anywhere there where there's like everybody's in close quarters, this is my go-to. And then later in the day, I can switch it up and wear something else. Okay, I have a couple more that I want to talk about. I don't have bottles or samples of them, but I've had them in the past and I adore them. But I can't justify having a bajillion bottles of perfume, right? So I have my spring go-tos. I have my new spring ones that I've tested and have loved, so I've added in, but there's just no more room right now for me to really be able to enjoy the perfumes the way I feel like I should. I don't want them to just sit on a shelf and, go bad and collect dust, So these are old favorites that I eventually will circle back around to because I do really love them. Floral Street's Wonderland Peony. It is a sweet spring perfume. It is a sweet peony. It has a cotton candy note. It is super girly, really fun, but it has depth to it. Wonderland Peony is a great name for it. I do think of Alice in Wonderland. It's a little bit resinous, a little bit woody, but then it has that cotton candy that makes it kind of airy and fluffy. I don't know that it's fluffy, but it's an airy, you know, the spun sugar type of effect. It has berries in it, peony. I adore peony, and I think that is very springtime. So maybe this one kind of reminds me of, it doesn't smell anything like Celeste, but it reminds me of it in that it has this like airy, sugary feeling to it, and is a little deeper than other ones that I talked about today. But it is really fun. It's a fun spring one, and I don't see that Sephora is selling it anymore right now. I don't know what's going on there, but I need to get on Floral Street's website and see if they're having a deal on any of their travel sprays or anything like that. So they have some other ones that I want to try out. I've heard good things about Arizona Bloom. I've heard that's a great summer perfume, but Wonderland Peony is really pretty. All of these I think would be great to transition into summer. I don't think any of them would be too much for summertime unless you live in like the tropics where it's like 110 degrees of hot, humid heat or something. But I think that most of them would be great in any warm weather, and I've really enjoyed wearing them this spring. And the last one I want to mention is Bvlgari's Omnia Crystalline. It is in a really interesting bottle. I think it might be like meant to be an ammonite shell or something. I could be totally wrong, but that's the impression I get from the bottle. I had this perfume back in college and I repurchased it a few times. I loved it, and it is a lighter wearing perfume. Is it an EDT? I'm not sure, but it is light. It is fresh, it's watery, it's aquatic, it's a little bit musky. It's different too. It's different. I feel like it's totally, the Bvlgari Omnia collection is totally underrated. I used to keep this perfume in the fridge, and as I would step out to leave for the day, especially like warmer spring days and hot summer days, I would take it out of the fridge and just spray it all over me. And it was the best feeling. I loved that, but I'm sure I destroyed the perfume doing that. I know better now, but I loved the experience of doing that. It has lotus. Lotus is such a pretty note in perfume. It has that aquatic feeling to it. It also has bamboo as a note. I want to say it has tea. I might be wrong, but I think that it is another tea fragrance. Not like Miller Harris Tea Tonic. That perfume with all of the citrus is bright and invigorating. This one is, it kind of is cold. I don't know. It's kind of like a cold spring stream. Like when the snow from the higher elevations is melting. All of that snow melt is causing these springs that are then flowing down. It reminds me of that. It kind of has that feeling. And then the bamboo shoots are kind of growing around this stream. It is really pretty and totally underrated. So I definitely, talking about it now, maybe I'll ask for that one for some holiday coming up. If you made it through this video, congratulations to you, because I feel like I've had whiplash making this video with all of the different lighting and everything. But my friend Anna and I in journalism school, our motto to each other was, that's how you learn. You know, we shot so many things without turning the mic on, or we shot so many things without having the white balance correct. And so we would say that's how we learn. So I'm really enjoying doing this though, and I have talked to some of you, and that is really fun because I don't get to talk to people here at home much about perfume. And obviously it's something that I really enjoy, really love. I thank you for watching, and I have a request. I am looking for the perfect spring wildflower perfume. I'll pop a photo up of kind of my inspiration. It's a picture of me and my 3 oldest kids in a field of wildflowers at golden hour, the sun setting. I just would love to have a perfume that is that photo in a bottle, basically. So if you know of any good perfumes that have those qualities that would maybe remind you of wildflowers in a field at golden hour, a mama with her babies in a sundress, then let me know. And what are your all's favorite spring perfumes? What are you wearing right now? What do you want in your collection that you think would be the perfect spring perfume? What's the perfect spring fragrance that transitions well to summer and is a great all-season fragrance? Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.